Lubbock Cooper ISD Reading Grade 7, Unit 1, Understanding Literary Nonfiction and Poetry. Number 1. Which word best describes the author's decision to buy the flower seed packets? A. Thoughtful, B. Obsessive, C. Manipulative, D. Unplanned. Number 2. The author includes the description in paragraph 2 to convey that she, F, had difficulty understanding her mother's fascination with gardening, G, believed her mother's constant gardening was an inconvenience, H, resented that her mother paid so much attention to the plants, J, appreciated some of the plants her mother grew more than others. Number 3. What is the best summary of this selection? A. The author grew up watching her mother take pleasure in growing many kinds of plants, but she did not share her mother's interest in gardening. When she was a teenager, she decided to plant several flowers. After waiting several weeks, the author finally got to appreciate the joy of finding a sprouted seed. B. The author describes how she grew up surrounded by the many beautiful plants that her mother loved growing. One day the author bought flower seeds and planted them. The author realized the plants require care. C. Growing plants gave the author's mother great joy and happiness, and she tried to share this experience with the author. The author was not interested in learning about gardening from her mother. One day the author decided to buy packets of flower seeds. D. The author's mother loved gardening and grew many different kinds of plants, especially tomatoes. When the author came home with packets of flower seeds, her mother told her she would have to grow them on her own. After waiting several weeks, the author finally saw her flower seeds begin to grow. Number 4. What does the word forewarned mean in paragraph 4? F. Explained after the fact. G. Informed in advance. H. Told at a later date. J. Understood at the same time. Number 5. The author's reaction when she found a morning glory vine in her pot suggests that she was A. Concerned that the other seeds might not grow, B. Eager to start growing more flowers, C. Certain that her mother would be pleased by her success, D. Surprised by how happy she felt when she saw the flower sprout. Number 6. When the author brought the flower seeds home, her mother reacted in a way that F. Forced the author to seek help elsewhere, G. Showed she was pleased by the author's attempt to care for the seeds, H. Demonstrated her lack of interest in the author's hobbies, J. Showed she expected the author to be responsible for the care of the seeds. Number 7. Read this sentence from the selection. I believe that patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The author begins and ends the selection with this idea in order to emphasize that A. Finding an interesting hobby may take many years. B. Positive results take time but are worth the wait. C. Many people focus on what they want in the present. D. Completing a long-term goal is difficult for most people. 8. In the first stanza, the poet suggests that one reason the poplar is not useful is that it F. Loses its leaves in the fall, G. Does not provide much protection for others, H. Does not grow very tall, J. Grows in areas where few other things live. 9. The poet uses personification in the fourth stanza to describe the poplar's attempt to A. Attract visitors, B. Remain active, C. provide directions to others. D. Resist being moved by the wind. 10. Line 1 is important to the poem because it helps F. Introduce a familiar setting. G. Describe the speaker. H. Create imagery. J. Establish the mood. 11. In stanza 2, the poplar is described mainly as A. Cautious, B. Envious, C. Curious, D. Arrogant. Number 12. Why is the last stanza important to the poem? F. It suggests that the poplar may become a desirable tree. G. It shows how a poplar copes with its situation. H. It implies that the poplar wants to be a unique tree. J. It provides an explanation for the size of a poplar. 13. By describing qualities that the poplar lacks, the poet emphasizes A. Why the poplar is unappealing to others. B. How the poplar is affected by its environment. C. Why the poplar grows near different types of trees. D. How the poplar finds relief from its problem.